Hello, welcome to TechX 2025. I'm Nancy Ost, and I'm the director of IEEE-HKN Avenue, and just really thrilled that you've joined us today because we have an amazing speaker for you. And what a great topic, leveraging AI for your career growth. Lots of questions about AI have been raised in other sessions during this conference and the other ones that you'll be able to watch either on demand or coming up in the next couple of days. But this one I think is really important because we all are looking at how is this going to affect us and our careers. So for this session, we have a dear friend of mine and a really amazing young woman and speaker, Eileen Sept. And Eileen is an electrical engineering student at UT Arlington, and she is also very involved with our chapter at the university. So she has done amazing things with this chapter. So things that AI can't do, I have to tell you. But really, she's done so much for the Epsilon Mu chapter at UTA. She is a deep learning and computer vision and video compression medical imaging specialist, and she's working on her dissertation now. We were just talking about getting ready to defend this semester. As a graduate student, she's also the chair of the IEEE-HKN Graduate Student Subcommittee and has been a graduate advisor to IEEE-HKN on all different things and to her chapter. Her leadership experience in the roles of include the Society of Women Engineers, the Engineering Student Council, and the University Student Government, where she has actively contributed to academic outreach and diversity initiatives and has earned several accolades, which I'm not surprised. Knowing you so well personally.
Very, very small achievement.
You have a lot of really wonderful achievements, and we're really grateful to you for sharing your expertise with us today and for all the things that you do for IEEE-HKN and IEEE. Eileen, I'm going to give you the stage and let you share all of your great ideas with everyone that's joined us today.
Perfect. Yes. So hello from Texas. So I'm from University of Texas at Arlington, and I am, as Nancy said, almost, on the verge of completing. I'm not even I'm more than a PhD candidate. I'm just going to present my dissertation in a couple of days. So you've caught me at a great time because I'm searching for my jobs, and all of the things that I'm presenting you today is basically the things that I use, right? And you might actually be using different other platforms or different other options. There are plenty of options for resume building, for ATS checks, for LinkedIn profiles, for personal branding. So what I would actually want you guys to do is, if you're actually attending this live, I would actually set your question and answer for the end, and I encourage you to actually get to know us as a subcommittee, because we are a graduate student subcommittee. Doesn't mean that undergraduates are not welcome, but I'm going to encourage everybody to type in your questions on the question answer box, and I will pick them up later when I finish my presentation. Again, this is my way of doing things and what I have experienced in multiple people coming up to me, as I am the lead graduate teaching assistant here at University of Texas at Arlington. I also have another group of students who come up to me for resume reviews and for interview options. So I do conduct interviews as well. And I do have 5.5 years, 6 years of experience as a team lead at Capgemini, where I did lead a team and I was actually involved in the hiring process as well. So without a further ado, let's actually move on to what we have covered today, or what we are trying to actually cover today. We are trying to cover on why AI matters for job searching today. Can actually AI help us with anything at all? And the overview of what we are going to cover is basically based on your ATS system checkers, any help with your job search or customizing your resume, customizing a cover letter, and anything to do with your ATS optimization. LinkedIn now, for some of us, we don't have the premium feature available for us. So LinkedIn enhancements, I'm going to premiumly talk about the features that are available in the premium, but I'm also going to give you options for the free resources that are available. And for every options that I give you, I'll give you the options for free resources as well as the resources that are paid. And of course, personal websites. I do have a personal website, which is actually very, very old, which is almost 10 years old right now. I hosted it on Google Sites, and now I'm trying to actually transition off from Google Sites to another platform, and you're going to see that in my presentation. So without further ado, let's actually move on to using AI to boost your resume. Now, these are some of the things. Again, I'm not a sponsoring person. I just use these. I use Teal for my resume reviews. What Teal does is, I'm going to actually have a couple of screenshots for that. So Simplify and maybe Kick Resume, Teal, all these things are not always free. But the free options for Simplify or Teal is that maybe you can get one resume review, maybe you can get one cover letter, or the AI generated bullet points. Sometimes they're going to actually help you only with maybe one AI generated web point, or five of your attempts with AI generated bullet points for your website or for your resume review. And after that, it actually might be paid. Now, my entire point of this presentation is not to present you with the sources, because I'm well aware that you guys are the new generations out here, and you guys have faced much more AI and automation. Rather than speaking about it, I'm going to use my experience to actually tell you on where to use AI and how to leverage it so that your profile can basically stand out. So you can use any of the above mentioned, and I'm going to actually give you a lot more resources as we go on. But this is how, again, I use it. Okay, so this is an example. This is JobRite. JobRite is absolutely free. And what you can do is you can basically search, you can create an account out here, first of all. And then you put in your job requisitions that, okay, I am searching for an AI job, or, an automation job, or I'm looking for a software engineering job. And you put down your skill sets, and this will actually give you all the jobs catering to those skill sets. And they will also ask you to update your resume. They are not only going to give you the percentage match of your own resume with these ATS. By the way, all of these use ATS checkers. So you can see my score is very poor. 68% of ATS score means that the ATS system, which is the automated system that is there, that is basically segregating your resumes to be either forwarded to the resume reviewer or the interviewer, or maybe get canceled, or maybe get moved on for a further opportunity. That system, that score is 68%. So immediately I would be like, okay, what can I do, for example, to enhance my website, or enhance my resume, or enhance my portfolio? And they also give you options on the right hand side that, hey, you can actually act on your, maybe this one or that one. So this is again just a suggestion. Okay, so this will help you understand, at least mechanically, if not the deep understanding that we have of the job opportunities. And there may be n number of factors that actually take place when a job reviewer is reviewing your job. And that depends on your skill sets. Sometimes there's a 10 on 10 match on skill set because the project is extremely critical, and your deployment to the project would be very essential. So you need those 10 out of 10 skill set match, and then only you are going to get hired. Sometimes it's a 6 out of 10 skill set match, but you are going to be hired based on your leadership experience, because maybe we require a person who is very much more upfront and much more proactive, and is going to bring the project to a closure. So there are different requirements. Unfortunately, we don't get to see those requirements. We just get to apply to those jobs. But these websites help us understand if our probability of application is even considered through that doorway, right? So JobRite is absolutely free. You can actually go and use this website. There are other couple of websites as well. Couple of them I've noted down. When we are scrolling through our Instagram, we get these ads, and obviously the more you search, the more you get recommended from the AI system about, oh, apply to this one, or oh, apply for us. So some of them are actually not that bad. I was looking through jobrite.ai, which is in front of you right now. There's also something called scale.ai. I personally have used it, but I like, or I prefer, again, JobRite a little bit more over scale.ai. but scale.ai is also a great resource for you, and you can go ahead and use either. Now, these are basically just so that your resume is ready. Now, JobRite also has, I think, features for whether your resume is ready or not, or what percentage is ready. And some of these websites are going to give you a customized kind of format. Now, I know ChatGPT also does the same, but what ChatGPT misses out on is your entire experience. They will take the job experience and just make a resume out, which is very similar to the job experience description. So that's how exactly ChatGPT works in your AI world, right? I'm a machine learning engineer, so I would use ChatGPT only for similar work, not for my entire designing my entire resume. Okay. So if you have, or if you download any kind of suggestions from these resume websites or these ATS friendly websites, I would actually still go over it. Couple of things to avoid for the ATS system is that avoid any kind of tables, avoid any kind of if you have like intricate bullet points, or if you have intricate headings. So if you avoid these types of very intricate things, ATS struggles a lot with reading those subheadings or subheadings. If you have used different font styles, or if you have used different bullet points for different things, ATS actually quite often struggles. And I have done that mistake by several of my occasions, where I actually put a neat table of what type of skill sets I actually had, and later on I actually came to know that that's a very bad idea. So those are kind of some of the avoiding part. Avoid any kind of graphics. I know that some of the resumes that I had received had small, emojis or small icons which you can basically click, and that would redirect them to their LinkedIn profiles or redirect them to their Google websites. I know it's a great idea and it looks great on your resume, but unfortunately, ATS systems will not be able to pick up your resume. Neither will they actually follow those links to those websites. So your skill set that you're trying to showcase might not be visible to the entire hiring managing people. Now, customize, of course, as you download these resumes that are catered to that specific job. Obviously, you have to customize with your own experience, and that's how you stand out. Now, include relevant keywords from the job descriptions. This I have been told multiple times, and I almost go for bi-weekly sessions for my resume review, and that's how much intricate and thorough I am, because you should be having two buckets. Okay. Now, this is what I have been advised, and I want to pass down that advice to you guys. So one of the skill sets that, now I'm pretty sure that most of us are skilled at multiple things. And what I want you to look at is two different options. If you are going to apply for, say, for example, you are very good at web designing, and you have web content management, and we have web design, and you are good at both of them, create two bucket lists, and always create an Excel sheet where you have what jobs you have applied for, which bucket does it fall in, and whether you have been accepted or rejected. And then you will be able to see, okay, if I'm getting maximum rejections based on what resume I'm uploading, maybe it's time for me to actually try and cater my resume more towards those custom keywords that the job description is using, or some kind of strategies like that. Now, if you are being accepted, and then if your interview skills are actually needing to be sharpened, I probably will talk about that a little bit if you have time or questions about that. But we are mostly sticking towards the ATS system, which is the first hurdle. Now, for most of us, again, this is an example that I have given. This example is for Teal. Now, Teal is also actually very much a free website. It will charge you for some facilities, but Teal is actually really great because it comes as a Chrome extension. And guess what? When you install Teal, you go to your LinkedIn profiles and you save the jobs. You can save the jobs on Teal. So right now you are seeing a job that I have saved on this website. And what it does for me is that it kind of gives me a catered resume that, okay, these are your experiences. This is what you can highlight, and this is what you can, you know, talk about in your entire portfolio. Sometimes you can use this to even copy paste and fill up the job applications because they needed to be filled up fast because they session time out very quickly, right? So these are again aids. As you can see, they are not exactly the thing that you are going to upload finally. They are just here to quickly get you through that tedious process of multiple applications. Now, I know that there are websites, or there are companies, and there are hiring managers, or AI assisted hiring managers, who are going to basically take on the responsibility of applying to multiple jobs on your behalf. And I need to make students and graduate students or professionals aware of this, that as much as I support AI, I am an AI researcher myself. I have studied hundreds of models. And what I would recommend is, before you take a step towards, applying in mass to hundreds of people or hundreds of companies, I would take a step back and analyze whether I want to delegate that task to a third party. You know, I know that it's very tedious for us. I am going through the same process myself, but I would basically rethink about delegating those tasks to a third party. I would rather keep this entire help from the AI to me, and then apply. The application process will be really similar to exactly the tabs that are open in front of you. You all you have to do is to just enter those details. So use AI to aid in job applications or aid in your resume. I would say, in my opinion, in my personal say, avoid mass applications, especially by a third party. Now, of course, if you are using it, of course, that's great. Now, speaking from the point of view of optimizing your LinkedIn with AI, what we don't realize is that AI is inbuilt in a lot of applications, and LinkedIn is one of them. Now, you don't have to be a premium user in order to use LinkedIn AI, because LinkedIn already uses AI recommender systems, both for recommending candidates to the recruiters. So that's why different types of recruiters will be often actually visiting your profile, because they have been recommended those profiles or recommended your profile. And the LinkedIn recommender system already does that from the back end. You don't have to pay for it. What you need to, however, pay for is the premium services that actually LinkedIn offers. It's not that bad. It's actually expensive though. But here are some of the features that you actually can use though. So if suppose I'm searching for a job, this is a position for a senior AI/ML engineer. And this is quite intimidating because you can see that this has been posted some time back, and maybe hundreds of applicants have actually applied, and you want your resume to stand out. You have a beautiful portfolio, or you have a great work experience, but you're not just getting that edge. So you might actually give LinkedIn Premium a try, because they would suggest you again, are you a good fit for this job? If you're a good fit for this job, why are you a good fit for this job? So if you can see on the right hand side of my screen, you can ask questions to the AI system, and they are actually going to give you some answers, right? Now, guess where you're going to use these answers? You are going to use these answers in your cover letter. Those specific cover letter points that, hey, by the way, I have these specific skill sets that actually match your specific agenda. And that is why I am interested in getting to know your company even more. Now, also, you can kind of use the teal suggestive system. I kind of like the teal suggestive system as well. I use both. So use both of these guys together to understand which type of skill sets are actually supposed to be highlighted on your profile. Not every time all of your skill sets need a highlight. sometimes people actually have 16 different resumes for 16 different purposes. I would say make two bucket lists and have two generic resumes ready. And when you are supposed to cater your resume to each of the job opportunities, use these kind of facilities so that you actually can cater faster. And you don't have to sit and, modify your resume for days. Because remember, faster application also counts. Not that it is the only thing, but when you're actually speaking with somebody, you have your resume ready, you send them off in 5 or 10 minutes, and there you go. That might be a potential job opportunity for you. And that's exactly what I do. I have both of my generic, kind of resumes ready on my Google Drive, ready on my official OneDrive, whatever you're using. I have a copy on with me in my bag, hard copy. Yes, I roam around with hard copies still. So I have every kind of opportunities that I seek. If I meet somebody, immediately we exchange information. And what kind of information? LinkedIn information. So you can actually have your scan codes ready for your LinkedIn profiles and exchange it. But we are going to talk more about what kind of LinkedIn options we have. Now, for you guys who don't have LinkedIn Premium, you can still use other free options like Copy AI or ChatGPT to actually modify your headings. Now, if you can look closely, before modification, I had, oh yeah, I'm a machine learning researcher and a PhD candidate, but I actually forgot that I was an instructor. Sometimes that happens. I actually added that as part of my experience, but the after part, the suggestive part of the AI, which actually you can see right with AI, they will suggest you a couple of options, and you can use different options different times, and you can actually modify that yourself as well, whichever highlights you're trying to actually achieve. Now, LinkedIn, remember, is not your resume. Now, this again, my mentor has taught me. Now, of course, since I am the big part of the graduate council out here, graduate student subcommittee out here, we do have a mentoring program, and I met my mentor, by the way, from that program. If you're interested, you can actually tune in with us on this Friday. So be on a lookout for that as well. So he actually taught me what LinkedIn profile really means and how we can actually attract people towards our LinkedIn profile, and what kind of story do we want to tell them. So LinkedIn is not your resume. LinkedIn is not your uh, portfolio. You can create a different portfolio. We're going to talk about portfolios out here. We're going to talk about websites out here. LinkedIn is all about how you have evolved with time. When you actually look down somebody's profile and you say, oh, he was at Google, and then he went to, ABC company, and then he went to XYZ company, and you're looking at how that particular person has evolved with time. And that's exactly what LinkedIn is going to tell. It's going to tell your story. So that's why make sure that the about section, you have a good story to say. Now, you can be as professional as you want. If you look at my LinkedIn profile, I have my personal stories there as well. I have my success stories. Like, for example, my LinkedIn highlight stories are always having HKN events. Now, guess what? If you are actually talking about leadership experience, or you're talking about, I'm a great team player, or I am great at conflict management, how do you prove that? How do you prove that to your entire management committee who is actually sitting to hire you? Right? So you need to be able to tell your story well. So LinkedIn is a great place for me. My website, of course, is also a great place for me to actually give my background, where I come from, and what I actually am looking forward to do. What are my future resources? What are my future research plans? So everything can be actually put into a website. But LinkedIn is almost like the website, at least for me, the website kind of combined with the professional platform. So it gives you the experience that this candidate is coming from and going towards something. This candidate has a goal that they want to achieve, right? So these are all the bigger pictures that we are actually getting into. But yes, you can use AI builder systems to actually modify your entire about section. And I know people actually use Grammarly. So you also see the Grammarly small green icon that has been already installed on my system. Yes, I do use Grammarly because I frequently have to type a lot of things, and a lot of people, message me on different platforms. So if you, I'm not using the Grammarly premium feature, of course, it's the basic feature, but it actually comes in handy very much, when I'm typing and making spelling mistakes. Again, please try to avoid spelling mistakes on your profile, as well as when you're sending cold emails to any of the recruiters. Now, speaking of cold emails though, I know that many of us follow the strategy of actually cold emailing recruiters. I would advise you, again, recruiting team is already very loaded up with profiles, as well as your resumes, as well as 50 other messages from 50 other people. What I would actually advise you instead was I actually get to know the project managers. Even if I am not working with them directly, or even if I am not going to end up under their project administration, I would still like to get to know them and how they have reached there. If they are actually starting to take a mentee, for example, and you have no idea how powerful mentorship programs can actually get. It can get you places where I have never actually even imagined exploring, because these guys are industry experts. You have to take time to get to know them. They want to get to know you too. And if you just cold email them, hey, by the way, I'm applying for, an expert in so and so, blah, blah. Well, what happens is that they are getting 50 responses like that. So imagine you yourself getting 50 responses or 50 generic responses, and you getting a personalized message that, hey, I want to actually get to know you. I saw you're working in this field. I'm interested in this field too. And I'm passionate about so and so. So let's connect. I'm looking towards a mentorship program. I, by the way, have 5 mentors. One of the mentors are actually from my own lovely IEEE-HKN. Well, so much so with my LinkedIn profile, and let's move on to our building our personal websites with AI tools. Well, couple of them. Wix, of course, is Wix ADI. I love it, but it's again paid. You do have free features in Wix. Are you ready to pay kind of questions come in, right? Framer AI is great. Durable is also great. Again, they are kind of limited on what they are trying to offer with free, gadgets, right? So a portfolio, we are going to talk about portfolio because I am myself self shifting my entire website from Google Sites to a new website. Blogging. Now, some of the LinkedIn experts actually came up and talked to us about blogging. Now, if you have a project, or if you have to showcase a certain talent that you have, you can always open a blog post, and blog posts can be open and hosted in multiple free websites. And it's a great way to actually tell your story. Again, if you have a specific experience or a specific add on to your profile, you can always link that particular blog post to your LinkedIn again. And you can also share your stories, technical stories, of course. So how long and how much are you going to blog depends on what type of content is there. So remember, everybody amongst us sitting out here, including you, we have very less time. Our bandwidth and everything else is very, very important. And so the time that you spend on these things, please remember that the longer your blog post goes, the more you are going to lose audience. Now, what about my own things? So there are a couple of things that you can use. Now, for the purpose of what I use, okay, I have, like, if you see on the, I know it might be a little bit harder for us to see, but on your bottom right hand side, you have card. So I actually am shifting to card. Why? Well, I just happen to shift to card, let's say. I did host my website for almost 12 years on Google Sites, and I don't really prefer the rigidity that Google Sites sometimes have to offer. And I had to shift from the older version to a newer version to a newer version a couple of times, under which I lost a lot of data. So I wanted something much more durable, which would last a little bit of time. But again, 12 years is quite a good time for me to host anything. So I'm not going to just write off Google Sites. It's a great way to start. But what do I actually host on Google Sites? I wish I could actually show you what I have on my website, all my projects. So, for example, if you are doing or working parallelly on a specific project, all of your project with your project details, with your project dates, with your project pictures, or outputs and everything, you cannot put it anywhere, right? Because we do so many projects at our schoolwork or as a part of our schoolwork or as a part of our job, in fact, and we cannot actually put those anywhere because some of it is proprietary. So you balance out the information that is proprietary, and you can probably just hold the architecture in that space. All my poster competitions, the ones that I won, the ones that I participated, all of it is there. So when I say I'm an image and video processing expert or I'm a compression specialist, that's what is going to actually prove my point that this is the experience that I have and these are the work that I have done in order for me to claim the fact that I am a specialist or I have actually earned the right to even say that. So websites are great for your resumes. Now, for those of you who are going into academia, now their resumes are a little bit different. I would personally, again, please don't hate me for this. I would personally use latex for my resumes as well. Um, Academic resumes are a little bit different. So when you are applying for the position of an assistant professor or you are actually going for a postdoc, postdoc not so much, but for an assistant professorship, you have to have a teaching experience and and a research experience, as well as your longer form of the resume, where you have participated in technical societies. Like I'm associated with IEEE-HKN, IEEE, as well as SWE. So all of your technical activities or your volunteering experiences, along with the dates, and if possible, uh, the location, or if possible a little bit of details, one liner detail of what you actually did there or what positions you held there. That is going to be the longer, lengthier version of your academic resumes. Now, I personally would never recommend an AI system to actually take over your academic resumes, because I do create academic resumes for applying for these specific positions. I would never use any of the ATS checkers for those kind of intricate detailed work. I am going to put in the manual labor in order to actually build that entire resume. So that is exactly where you are not going to use these kind of systems. And sometimes it's not required. Sometimes they do have ATS systems, but I know that it's not that rigorous. They are looking for a best match for that position and not that exact skill set or not those exact keywords. So you don't need to be too much conscious when you're applying for an academic positions with the ATS. But when I'm speaking about websites, websites are equally important for if you're applying for an academic position or you're applying for an industrial position. This will actually showcase your different projects, and this will actually showcase your different publications, everything and anything to do with your school life, your job life, and any experience that you have, any accolades that you have. You can put it on LinkedIn as well, but I make sure that I put it on my website as well as my LinkedIn, and any certifications that you have along with their date and which company has authorized that certification. Again, you can put that on LinkedIn and you can host it on your website as well. Now, I have never ever looked into the options of making a portfolio, but in case you're interested in making a portfolio or a free, you're searching for a free resource for that, you can actually design certain things with Canva. Now, I have used both the Canva. Canva is basically a designing website for those of us who, I'm pretty sure we are familiar with Canva a little bit. about it is you can design presentations there. Again, it's very much AI assisted, and it takes minutes for me to actually make a poster for my organization, or it takes me minutes to create an invitation card, a business card. But again, Canva has certain features which are free and certain features which are premium. I have used both the features. I've canceled my premium feature because I no longer require it right now. But Canva premium features, it's just awesome. I have paid for it and I have used it. It's great. Now, ChatGPT is also good. ChatGPT has different flavors. So it's sometimes you will see ChatGPT 4.0, 3 point something oh. So there are different versions of ChatGPT. There's a light ChatGPT, and then you can actually go inside ChatGPT and do some extensive research as well. Use ChatGPT as your assistant. Now, where do I use ChatGPT? If I have to generate a PDF or a PPT of certain topics and I need the template right then, right there, bam, that's where I'm going to use ChatGPT. I'm not going to sit, not going to create slides. I'm not going to create the design. I'm not going to create any headings and anything. I just tell them that, hey, these are the headings. This is the topic. Create me a PowerPoint presentation. Now, of course, when you're using ChatGPT, you have to be well adept with prompt engineering. Now, for us who are hearing this word for the first time, prompt engineering is basically, again, going to be a next talk of the town. It's already there. But what you feed into the system is how well your output is going to be, right? So it works on a kind of similar basis. So if you tell them that, hey, can I have a scanned QR code of this following website, it is going to actually give you a downloadable QR code in within minutes. Okay. So creating PowerPoint presentation, sitting and making all the slides, it's kind of like an old story for us. So use that or leverage that in that case. Do not, I would say, use ChatGPT to cater a cover letter. I have seen many students do it, and they just copy paste the entire resource and then say, hey, this is my resume. Can you write a cover letter for me? That's a good start. Okay. Download that web PDF or Word document, whichever they have given you, and format it, go through it. I have actually seen people just download it and upload that file and click send. So don't do that mistake. Make sure that AI is there to assist you and not replace you. AI cannot ever replace the hard work that you have put in for your education or for any other things that we have designed in our future, right? So it should not replace something that you need to actually look into. Now, for durable AI, I actually like durable AI. And what I have shifted to, by the way, is Card. So Card is a very simplistic website. As you can see, it's very blank and basic. It is free, but they do have some premium features. You can see that you can actually build a form, a landing page, pretty much everything that you can do on Canva, you can do out here as well. Minus and plus some points, obviously. Canva is much more decorative. But you can build your portfolio if you want to build your portfolio, but I'm more specifically looking for a website. So I'm going to click on a landing page, or maybe I'm going to click on, obviously, I'm using the free feature. So I'm just kind of limited to the options that are free, but it kind of gives you a lot of options. So I don't think you are going to run out of, what to do if I don't have anything. And this is, again, not the only website that hosts this kind of capabilities, but this is one of the free ones that I actually like, I actually enjoy using. And now, for the more important point, that is, now let's talk a little bit about the ethical side of it. Now, many people have actually talked about AI and how AI automation is going to replace most of our jobs, is going to replace most of our earnings and most of our basic, day-to-day duties, right? So I am here to actually tell you that since I am here researching in this field for more than 5 years, let AI help you. Treat AI as an assistant. So use these websites that you have, but I would say that there are always personalized AI generated content, but don't always rely on it, right? And make sure that your digital presence is felt. Whatever work you are doing, either you can build a blog post out of it or you can build a personal website out of it, but make sure people actually know the good work that you are doing. With that, I am going to practically wrap up my presentation. Embrace AI and the tools that we have. You are having plenty of learning opportunities, uh, both from HKN resources. Connect with me if you actually want any other help from me as well. I'm going to take up questions in a minute. And build your personal brand. Remember that your goal is to basically not overshadow another person, but to stand out. And start small, one step at a time, and be consistent. And with that, this is our this is my LinkedIn profile. This is our HCAN graduate website. If you are wishing and willing to connect with us, I'll be more than happy to receive you, and I am open for questions.
Hey, Aline, that was super duper. Thank you so much. There's really a lot out there. So I was busily taking notes too, because I know my daughter's also in a career search right now. So lots of new tools and lots of different systems we can use to assist in this process. I think that's kind of exciting. We were talking about all of the applications of this. I think you listed a lot of really helpful things. So hopefully that people listening. Do you have an advice for people that are looking to do consultant work? Is one of the questions that has come in.
Yes. So people who are doing consulting, and I have that's so funny that the question comes up, because I have a friend who are actually doing a lot of consulting work, and again the work will be the similar or same kind. So use AI to suppose you're matching profiles, okay? So don't let the ATS system just, I mean, I wish I could actually tell the job people that, hey, let's remove the ATS system altogether. But I would start with assisting, and I would start with, I know that there are a lot of people who are watching here from industry as well. I would not take ATS system for 110%, because I have seen ATS system in front of my eyes kind of discarding candidates which would otherwise have been a very good fix. So when you are consulting candidates, or when you are assisting candidates with whatever they are actually trying to achieve, make sure you talk about resources and AI along with it, but be very careful that they don't rely on AI to, like, okay, AI, please give me a cover letter. Bam, cover letter done, upload. That's the thing that I am seeing around in my campus, and that's what we are trying to prevent. So that's the main message out here. Consulting, you're a professor, you are a person, a spokesperson from maybe some ATS system, who knows. What we are trying to do is to prevent AI replacing us. So that's my main message basically. Tools are always going to be there. And you can see that these are just some of the tools that I have listed. Like there are many.
There are many. So yeah, I really appreciate you doing that list, because I think someone might know one or two of them, but certainly there's a lot available.
There's a lot. I mean, I couldn't even barely fit it on the screen. This is actually, these are all the things that I have personally used it.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's all I've got. I mean, yes, Grammarly is helpful, but again, do not completely rely on Grammarly, because I hate to say this, but they are a suggestive system. Remember, when we
Mhm.
work with natural language processing or large language processing models, what we do is we use similar suggestions. So if we find a verb or a preposition out of place, we actually would say, hey, use this instead of that. But if you feel the grammar is not correct, I sometimes click ignore.
Mm. Well, you also want to keep your own voice, and I think that's
Yes.
maybe what you're
So,
saying is it's beyond what AI can help you with to maybe automate and also pull together information and summarize things for you well. You don't want to lose your own voice within this.
yes, of course.
And the LinkedIn profile. So that's interesting because again, one might think that's sort of um, kind of passe, but you're saying it's really still very important to build and have your LinkedIn profile be very reflective of what you do.
Yes, because most of the recruiters that I actually meet every day, they roam around our LinkedIn profiles more than actually more often than you think of. And
Mhm.
I have been actually approached more on LinkedIn rather than me just going out and approaching people. There are actually very good networking website as well. Let's see, did I actually take anything? Oh yes, this one is free. It's called Meetup, and that's actually a networking website. You go there, you talk to people, it's completely free. There are other resources that I actually wrote down and I completely forgot about it. But anyway, networking, I haven't really talked about it. LinkedIn is not a great place for networking because I have tried cold emailing, but it really doesn't work because the people are actually swamped with it. So your networking, go to your conferences.
Yeah,
Go to
I think
conferences.
I mean, we're very committed IEEE and IEEE at accompanying people,
Yes.
but I think, if you're not using professional association and our associations, really to do your networking, I think you're missing
Mhm.
out on a huge opportunity in terms of meeting face to face with people. And I think you mentioned something really important about the volunteering and the volunteer experience, because I think nothing teaches you like being a volunteer. And
Yeah.
people really do get to know what you're capable of, and they see your skill sets in action, not just something that can be, maybe communicated on a resume or maybe not communicated on a resume or on a profile or in a
Mhm.
blog. I think there's no I hope there's never a substitute for that, but I can't believe that there really would be for people getting to know people.
Well, um, I think that people to people connection is still there. So yeah,
And you talked a little bit about our graduate program and our mentoring
yes.
program.
So I would actually have that particular resource put up because rather than giving you resources that you can actually cater to that most of the people use, what you can actually use is human connection, right? And I have benefited from human connection more than actually a lot than you can think of. I have a great mentor. His name is John McDonald, and I have disturbed him almost every single day.
I would not
Uh,
say John would never say you disturbed him. John
yes,
would say he
I know.
enjoys mentoring you. I know John very well. He's on the board of governors of IEEE at Avenue, and
Yes.
he is proud of you as his protege, as his
Well, I'm
mentee.
honored, definitely. But he has actually taught me the life skills that are more than required. Because what we don't understand, and the big elephant in the room, I'm going to address it because I know that there are some of the international students watching out here, as well as national students. Some of us have lost jobs. Some of us have actually, they are searching for jobs and not getting anything, and still have to be resilient, still have to pay their bills, still have to budget. And we also have people who are coming in new to us or joining the program as in like a new student. Now for those of us who are actually in these three stages, resilience is a skill set. I would actually consider resilience as a skill set. Patience and resilience is very, very minimum. And that is why AI has taken over most of our jobs because we want everything automated and in a, like my mentor says, microwave second. So, microwave mentality has definitely taken over. I would rather that you actually join a professional organization and get to know their networks, get to know and get to meet them actually, even if it is virtually, doesn't matter. But talk to these people and see how you can streamline your process. If you talk to three people, you're going to find your own way and then these three other ideas along with it. That's how you become unique, right? So yes, our graduate mentoring program, unfortunately, I think it has stopped taking in candidates, and we are already past that stage where we actually match the mentors with the mentees. But our mentors basically have been in this industry for God knows how long time, 53 years or
Rather experienced. We have rather
well
experienced mentors.
experienced.
Yes, very
So
experienced mentors.
very experienced, and I have experienced like help that is beyond my own graduate level schoolwork. You
Mhm.
know,
Well, I can say, although the formal mentoring program right now is already started and they're kicking off, this afternoon at 5 o'clock. We're having networking sessions and table
Yes,
discussions.
please come and join us.
Please
Please,
do the networking,
yes,
right?
please come and join us. We are there to help you network with each other as well as us, you know. And if you have any questions further on these kind of topics, I'm more than happy to talk about for endlessly because I've been using this for all my 5 years.
Yeah,
So this is not the only things that we have. We
right.
have networking tools. We have other opportunities. For
Mhm.
example, if you want to build your own free you want to host a website, there are free hosting websites as well. Like you want to start your own business, for example, you want to start it for free. Where can I go for it? I can help you with that because I've again mentored a lot of people myself.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Yeah,
reach
so
out
I
to
think,
us.
yes, reach out to info@hkn.org or check out the HKN website, and we can direct you some of these other resources, including over to Eileen, because she's always willing to help. I think we can take one last question, which is, I'm thinking about adding AI into my research. What approach should someone take that doesn't study AI?
Well, first of all, you have to remember AI is your assistant. So, whatever resource you are getting in as information, I would double check it. So, if you are a little bit, newbie to the AI system, I would compare both outputs and then actually take what is the best from both outputs. So, for example, you have ChatGPT and you open up copy.ai, you ask them the same questions and see what kind of resources you have, and then take those resources and just Google search it and see whether it's authentic or not. Or if you are new to the entire chat gpt world or the entire world of AI, you can use prompt engineering. Like, I want, okay, so for example, I want to learn about AI. Can you please give me 5 free websites along with their authentic links, as to or maybe from Stanford University or University of Caltech, which actually teaches me step by step. So learn prompt engineering, learn how to ask questions. The right questions is going to give you the right resources.
I think
So
I think
that's
some
the
of the other
first.
questions have been about that. So again, how do we know the good ones from the bad ones, and how do we cipher through all the information that's out there and know that we're getting to the good information? But your presentation has been super helpful today. We'll find a way to post all the presentations, yours and others today, and we hope people will join us during this conference for other networking or other opportunities around IEEE Etiquette Avenue for networking and for other great information and great connections that you can make to fellow students, fellow professionals, and to people that you might be able to mentor or to become a mentor. Thanks so much, Eileen. It's been wonderful having you with us today. We count on you always, and I appreciate your answering the call as always.
Thank you so much, guys. Take care and see you soon.